Good afternoon and welcome to Friday with Fiona. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Sun is shining, bank holiday weekend this weekend, but apparently the weather is about to change, so just typical. Right, let's get rid of me. No, right, that's it. Okay, so this week, class to go, free with the purchase, minimum £27, is using the bird's eye view stamp set. And I have just absolutely fallen in love with it. It's not too good if you're not a fan of colouring, although you could stamp straight onto coloured cardstock. But there are no dies, so you do have to fussy cut. And I'm also, for my sentiments, using the Go-To Greetings. I just love the fonts, but we're using the little ones. So, and I don't seem to have any birthday cards left. I've just given a load away to people. So, so we've got 3 cards, different colours, and a bonus today is a bookmark. So I made this for my husband, and I don't know if you can see, I've written FPL, Fantasy Premier League, chess and Sudoku on his books. So I will show you how to make that. It's just a bit of fun. Also, we'll be using the In Colour Dots 2023 to 2025. And I have a pack. If you share my video on either Facebook or YouTube and comment that you've shared, then you will go into a draw and I will pick somebody at random to pop those in the post to. So it's great, actually. Okay, so let's get started. So the first card is using Blueberry Bushel, which I haven't used very much, I have to say, but I did get the gingham, the 6x6 glorious gingham, and it's using new colours, new cool colours: Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, Pecan Pine, Pretty Peacock. So focusing on the Blueberry Bushel on this one, and then I think on one of the other cards, not using different papers for each one. Okay, so don't forget, if you spend £27 in my online store, and there should be a link above the video, then I will send you everything that you need to make 2 each of the 3 cards, plus one of the bonus bookmarks, except for stamped images. So you do need to have this stamp set if you want to do it exactly as I do it, or you can just use something that you've got and just use the layouts. Okay, so I've got a Blueberry Bushel. Oh, that's the other thing. When you get the class to go, you'll get full written instructions emailed to you, but I will just give them to you. So it's a standard card base, half of an A4, so 14.8 by 21, scored at 10.5. And then I have die cut using basic white, the countryside corners, and the first one is just going to lay flat with a piece of the glorious gingham. Oh, I've used the other side. I don't know which I like. Let's try it. We'll use that side, see what the difference looks like today. So the glorious gingham is 4 centimeters wide, and on the big countryside corners it's 8.7, and on the smaller one it's 7.4, but they're the same width, and then they hopefully will look like they continue on. Right, just get my silicone mats. So I have tried to prep as much as I can to save some time. There is a little bit of colouring, but I won't take too long over it. I'm just going to pop my gingham onto my countryside corners die cut. So I'll do the first one, and then I need to line up the second one to make sure I get them in the same place. So I'm just guesstimating where the middle is. You could measure if you want to get it absolutely right, but I'm just eyeballing it. And then it's going side to side. Okay, And then that one is going to go above it on dimensionals. So I'm just going to lay it, hopefully you can see that. Just move it forward a bit. I'm just going to layer it at the moment so that I can line up where I want this piece to be. Now, when I send your kits out, I do usually send them a fraction longer, and then you can cut it when it overlaps. So this one is going to overlap. I'll just show you. So it's just overlapping a fraction there. So I'll just take my scissors and snip from the reverse side. Snip that off. Okay. Now so I can layer this one straight onto my card base. And I will use Seal Plus for that because I don't want it to come off. And then before I layer the second one with the dimensionals, there's just a little bit of stamping to do. And that's the stamping's the fun part, right? There you go. I mean, you can lift it. Oh, it needs a bit of trimming outside as well. And if you've got a bit of tape going over the edge like I have, just fold it back so that it's on the inside. Okay, so again, I'm just going to make sure it's the right way up. Trust me, I learned that the hard way this week. And again, I'm just going to eyeball it. Whoops. So you use whichever glue you're happy with. If you use the wet glue, obviously you have a few minutes to, a few seconds to move it. Okay, so that is that. Now, stamping, I want to do before I do my bird, I'm going to just stamp. Now, where did they come from? Oh, that's interesting. I thought they were in this stamp set, but they're obviously not. Oh, I know, it's from the new kit. I just got Boho Beach kit. But there's lots of little dots and things and all different colours. It's just to give it a bit of oomph, just use whatever you have. And I need my blueberry bushel. Now, it's a Regal. I have my inks all stored by family. Nope, that's Pretty Peacock. That's the one underneath. I'm trying to get everything up ready, but I always forget something. Right, blueberry bushel. So this is kind of predominantly a blue card. Then we have blue and pink, and then we have complete change, more sort of fall colours going. Oh, where's that come from? Some browns. So I'm just gonna randomly top and bottom. I think the reason I did that, I must have had it out to be playing with the kit. So that's all I'm going to do with the blueberry bushel, I think. Now, I've just got some new chamois because they were really had it, my other one. So look, there we go. I don't know what's happened there. Yeah, so that's just a bit of a delay. Oh, that's lovely. Got them really clean. Even though I kept rinsing them out, they just weren't, I wasn't getting the ink out anymore. So oh, I don't know how I managed to get it on my thumb all the time. Okay, I'm going to need that again. So I've received some of my pre-order stuff and I've been having a play. So I've kind of got Christmas stuff around me as well, which is a little bit weird, but anyway. So I can go back in the kit box. I will be doing with the kits some stuff later. Right, so I've got a piece of 2 pieces of white. So I'm going to show you how I did his balloon, and the glasses are separate as well. So oh, before I do that, I'm going to forget, otherwise I'm going to do the twine. So this is sweet sorbet. So I'm just going to wrap it around once, twice, 3 times, and then tie a bow. Whoops. And I will include the twine in your class to go kit. Okay. My fingers have been really playing up. I think it's because it's been so damp. Okay, just want that to, I'm going to make it a bit smaller, and I want it to be more on the side. Okay, and then I'll just trim the ends off. Okay, so I'm ready now to layer that with the dimensionals. It's much lighter this side actually. Right, let's get my dimensionals. Oops, sorry if I knocked the camera. Use the edge. Okay, I'm going to need more dimensionals soon, I think. I'm going through them like there's no tomorrow. I know I probably used too many, but okay, so now I've got to line that up with my other piece of card, other piece of designer series paper, I should say. Okay, there we go. Right, that's that on. And then I'm going to stamp, just to show you how I did it to get the balloon. So it's actually a monocle. Yeah, stamp that in blueberry bushel. I don't know where that bit of twine's come from. So I just got a little scrap of paper, and the reason is, I don't know if you can see on this one, I've used glue on it to make it sort of 3D. So I'm going to show you how I've done that, but I have already got one ready, so we don't have to wait for it to dry. So I'm just going to stamp blueberry bushel and give that a minute to dry. And then I'm going to need my sweet sorbet blend. Let's just clean that while we're waiting for it to dry. Oh, it's getting my stamps so much cleaner. Excellent. Okay. So let me stamp my bird in Memento. So which bird did I use? Is it this one? Yes. I might need to re-ink my memento actually. Okay, so stamped my bird, and then I'm going to colour him in Blueberry Bushel and soft smoky slate, I think that is. Blueberry Bushel. So to save time, I'm going to use the thicker end. Because I want to show you how to do the bookmark as a bonus. It's just a bit of fun I did for my husband, but I really liked it. So and let's do the wing. And I'm just going to go over actually the dark. Just quickly go over where these marks are for a bit of shading. It's struggling with these caps. I don't normally have to say. Okay, and then we'll just quickly go over to blend those in. Do I need my smoky slate again? I do not. Okay, and I think I just gave him a pumpkin pie beak. I will need that for the others. Right, okay, so there's my bird. Now I'm just gonna, that should have dried, so I'm just gonna colour the what is going to be my balloon. Right, then what you do, sorry, I'm not going to cut this one out because I have got one ready. Ready already. Famous last words. Where is everything? There it is. So what I do is I take my glue, and this is the mini, not the mini, thin glue, a fine point glue, and it dries clear. So I'm just going to cover the whole thing. Right, and now I'll put it to one side, and I will show it to you later on, and hopefully it will be dried. But in the meantime, here's one I prepared earlier in true Blue Peter style. Right, so let's just cut him out and the bird. So I'm not worrying too much about the balloon handle, because I can, if there's any like white, which there is, I'm going to go over with my Blueberry Bushel blend and just but otherwise it's really narrow to cut. Okay, just need to get this little bit out and then I'll go over it with the blend. Don't want to get it on my silicone mat, so let's pop it on the grid paper. And there's just a little bit. See, this is dried solid, the one I prepared earlier. Okay, there we go. I think I'm done with that. Need to clean that because I'm not using him again. I'm using different birds. There's a real selection of birds in this set. It's great. It's great fun. And with the glasses and stuff. So I'm going to cut my little fellow out now. Oh, when you purchase in my store, you need to use the host code. And when you log on, it will show you a place to put it. And then I will know that you want this class to go sent to you. If you don't use the host code, then I don't know if you want it. Well, I assume you don't want it. So the host code is going along the bottom of the screen. Okay, I'm not being too careful. Now on this one, I am cutting his legs out. On one of the other ones, I think we stamped the legs. But this one, he's literally standing on his bit of gingham tablecloth, ready for his picnic, birthday tea, whatever. Come on. Okay. So let's get back to our card. So I just need some dimensionals. And I'm going to put him over the twine. Okay, and then his monocle. I'm going to just pop a dimensional. Nope, too big, need a mini dimensional. And just tuck it so it's attached to his wing. There we go. And oh, that's the other thing, I didn't stamp the sentiment before I glued it down, so we'll try. So I'm using the go-to greetings and I'm using the smallest happy birthday. And then what I've done, let me just get rid of my bird. I'm going to use a Stampin' Right marker. So this is Sweet Sorbet. I'm Stampin' Right marker and I'm going to just put a little piece of post-it tape on the happy. And just ink up the birthday. Oh, what's happened to my screen? Oh gosh, I don't know what's going on with this StreamYard. I do apologise. There we go. Hopefully you can see. So I'm just like sideways on with my tip and doing a birthday, and I'll do that down here at the bottom. Yep, that worked. I just need to clean that, and then I will oh, I think I rested something on the mouse. I think that's what's happened. I'll do the same and do the happy up at the top. So I've got my bit of tape. And I'm just sideways on with the nib. These are the new ones. They work well with the old ones, but these new ones are lovely. And I'm just going to do happy above his balloon. There we go. So there's card number 1. Oh, the glasses, I won't do that now, but I just stamped the glasses, these glasses, onto a bit of clear and then cut them out. But I won't do that now because it will take a while, and we're already half an hour in. I don't know where the time goes. So that's card 1. Right, card 2. I just need to clean my happy birthday. Am I using it on the next card? I am, but I'm using it in white. I love this colour combination. It's Starry Sky card base, exactly the same size. So 21 by 14.8, scored at 10.5. And let's get some space here. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that. Okay. So this time we're using a Starry Sky card base, a mat of bubble bath, and a circle in bubble bath, and then this designer series paper, which is also 6x6, is the Bright and Beautiful in the main annual catalogue, and this is a piece of Starry Sky metallic ribbon. Now here I have already stamped so that they've dried the Harry Potter glasses, so I can show you how I did that. That's for my birds. That's for my sentiment. That's for my inside. That's for my bird. And that's my mat and layer. Right, let's just do the inside. I'm hoping you've got sound. Okay. So I started cutting my inserts smaller so that I can get more pieces out of one piece of cardstock. So I think they're 8.5. I'll have to just measure it and tell you. Did I leave a gap? No, because it's white on white. So okay, so it's just the insides for a bit of fun. Then we've got the bubble bath and the Bright and Beautiful paper. Just mat and layer that. So this is the bubble bath is cut to 9.5 by 13.85. So it's a centimetre smaller than the card front basically. And the designer series paper is 8.5 by 12.85, so another centimetre smaller. So that can go. I can just mat and layer all that on now. So this bit is relatively straightforward. The bit that takes the time is just the colouring and the die cutting. Okay, and then I've got my, so I need to have 3 pieces of this. Let's just cut that. 1. Okay, so I've got 3 pieces of that that's going to go underneath the Stylish Shapes circle. And the way I rather than, because it's so fine, rather than gluing it there, I'm going to put dimensionals on top of it to keep it in place. Just need to move those over a bit so I can get that bit in. There we go. Right, okay, so dimensional time. Right, where is that going? That one's just turned over. Come on. Right, let's pop you in the middle there. One bit there. One bit there. Just keeping it in place. Another bit there. And then I'm on the edges of my circle. So I can do all of this because I'm not stamping onto any of it. So I can do all the matting and layering. And there we go. So that's ready. Now I've got my 2 bits of scrap basic white and a bit of Starry Sky. Now I'm not going to make you sit and watch me die cut it. I'm just going to trim it down, and then I'll cut it off at angles. That should be, yeah, that's plenty narrow enough. So I've got my white ink to stamp the sentiment, which I've still got on the block. And I'll just re-ink this, so it should be quite juicy, hopefully. It's quite narrow, but hopefully I'm going to get it on. There we go. Now I'm going to let that dry. I'm not embossing it because of the time factor. So let's just pop that to one side to dry. Give that a clean. Oh, now I do have another one to show you at the end, but I'll post that on my blog separately. And it's using one of the papers for sale on the online exclusives. Okay, so we've done that birthday. What do I need on the next one? I'm going to use the same one, so we'll keep that out. Okay, now which birds did I want? I want my books and my 2 birds. Okay, so my birds are going to be that one and that one. Whoops. Now I'm going to stamp them in Memento and colour them in quickly. They're just so cute. So I'm doing these in nice bright colours. This is the birds, I don't know, it's a like parakeet part, parakeets, parrots, whatever. So I've done parakeet party colour and lemon lolly. So let's just get the second one. I'll colour them in quickly and cut them out. Oops. There's my second one. And then on this, there's my glasses. That's the only thing, when you're stamping onto acetate, it does take quite a while to dry. And it's not really advisable to use a heat gun because it will curl. Right, that's that. My books. Yep. Okay. Love these books. Actually want to do a card just with the books. Okay. So once I've got everything coloured, sorry, everything stamped, then I can colour. It won't take long to do that. And I'm going to need those for the bookmark. Right, now, so the books, done the pages actually in ivory. It's kind of like look a bit aged, but also so you can see the colour. like this squeaking noise. There we go. That's ivory. Oh, okay. And then I'm using a variety of browns. So I've got pecan pie, crumb cake, light and dark, and pecan pie, light and dark. And I'm just going to alternate them. I'm not going to spend ages colouring them. I would if I was on my own, but for the sake of the video, you don't really need to see me. And I'm just alternating where I do the colour. I guess I'm trying to make them look like old leather-bound volumes. Don't know if it's working. I do find it therapeutic colouring though. And then my favourite, pecan, which is the light, that's the dark. Okay, so I'm not bothering with any shading, just get those done and cut those out. Now, excuse me, these are really easy to cut out because they're really virtually straight lines apart from the little bits there. So really, really easy to cut out. And then the birds can, well, one bird can stand on it. Okay. This is probably the trickiest bit. There we go. Okay, so that's my books done. I'm going to quickly colour in my birds. So lemon lolly and parakeet party and pumpkin pie for the beaks. So I'm going to do light lemon lolly all over both of them. And I'm really just trying to save a bit of time now. And then I'll go back in with the parakeet party and do a bit of okay, that's fine. I'd obviously do shading and stuff normally, but I'm not going to bother today. So parakeet party dark I want. That's it. And I'm just going to go over the lemon lolly where the lines are. It's with the dark. And then to blend, I'm going to go over with the lemon lolly dark. Ah. Okay. Just blend that line. There we go. That'll do. Because you don't want to sit and watch me colour for hours. Well, I could sit and colour for hours. I love colouring. I guess it takes me back to my childhood. But I do find it very therapeutic. Some people hate it. In which case you could just stamp onto a piece of Parakeet Party or Lemon Lolly cardstock. See if I can keep the tuft of his hair. Oh, I'm hot. I've got so many lights on me. It's not that warm today, thank goodness, but it's still hot. Right, let's try and keep his little tuft of hair. Because it's cute. Okay, just the legs. Okay, that's one. And this one's a little bit more straightforward. I'm sorry, Mr. Birdie, you're going to lose the top of your hair. I've got no time. Very sorry. Okay. Oh, that's the other thing I need to tell you. Don't forget, it's the last week. So next Friday is the 1st of September. So you've got till, I think it's probably, I'd say 10 p.m. on Thursday night to use your bonus coupons and also to order any kits at 30% off. So I've got the Boho Beach, which is lovely, and I'm going to be doing some alternative cards with that. Probably one night when my husband's watching the football. And I also got the Festive Tags, which is a brand new one, and doesn't require any stamping. So the tags are pre-cut, and then literally it's a case of, you know, deciding on your design. And I probably will make some alternative card projects using those, because you can, I quite like actually having a tag on a card. I've done quite a few like that and I quite like them. So right, now this is a bit tricky getting his feet. There we go. Just get rid of that little bit of white. Okay, right, let's get rid of all this scrap. And then I have already on acetate stamped in Starry Sky the, what I would call the Harry Potter glasses, and then I'm just going to literally cut around them. Now what you can do, and I have one here somewhere to show you when I've finished cutting these, you could stamp the glasses like when I stamped the bird, and then cut round them, but you end up with kind of like a little white bit. Oh, here he is. Here he is. That's my one I cut earlier. So you can see you've got the white bit here. I have put some glue over those glasses as well, but it still, to me, looks white. So I prefer to stamp them separately and then cut them out. But that's just a personal preference. Okay. I do love these glasses. I think they're such, they give the birds such character. Okay. And then, okay, so what I'm going to do is just pop a little bit of glue on his eyes, and then stick the glasses down, because it will dry clear. Just like that. Okay. So there's my birdie with the glasses. And come back to our card base. Where's my books gone? There's my books. So I'm just going to pop them on with a couple of dimensionals. I must remember to put some dimensionals in my next order because I'm getting a bit low. Okay, so the book's just coming off the edge of the circle, and then he's gonna go up there. So there we go. And then this one, very carefully, because I've got the glasses. So where did I put my dimensionals on that one? Okay, so I put them on the right hand side of the circle. So one there, and one there, and maybe a third one just to be sure, because when I'm not actually putting it straight onto the, there we go. And then I need my strip. Oh, I did it earlier, didn't I? Happy birthday. Okay, so I'm just going to literally snip that and snip that and pop that on. Now it would look better, without doubt, it would look better white embossed, but I really just didn't want you to sit and watch me doing that. I did yesterday do a video completely about heat embossing, and it's on YouTube, so if you have any questions, just search for that. There we go. So there's card 2. Right, so cracking on. Where's card 3 gone? Oh, here we go. Now this is very different colours for me. This is Pretty Peacock. This is designer series paper, masterfully made, and it's pecan pie card base. I can't remember what this design is called. So let's, it's pretty quick. This is my insert. So let's just pop that in. Okay, and the way I've done it, right, I'm going to need my instructions for this. Okay. So I'm going to pop my full bit on. I'm sure it's called a fractured card, something like that, I can't remember. They're going that way. And this, so it's a standard card base, and then the designer series paper is, I can't see, 1 centimetre. So I think yeah, 9.5, that'll be by 13.85. Okay, and then we've got to cut. So that bit goes like that. I'm just going to measure it against that, so that bit goes there. I'm just going to fold it where I want to. Trim it. Okay, let's get my mini guillotine. You just play around with it really, whatever shape you want to have. So that's going to go there. Okay, just going to glue that on, and then my square is going to cover it, part of it. So that bit goes on the bottom like that. And then this bit, which I haven't already cut, just need a pencil. Along there and along there. So I'm just going to cut to those lines. Yep. And that bit is going to go, which way does that go? Oh, hang on. That way. Okay. Nope. 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 Yep. Okay. So you can, I mean, I'm doing it just to, like, to have a combination of colours because I wanted to have this pretty peacock in. Okay. And then I need my square, which is going as a diamond. So I'm just going to stamp my tree. It will all make sense, trust me. I'm going to stamp my tree in Memento. And that stamp, I'm going to stamp the leaves straight onto there as well. And it's one stamp. Memento. So I want them coming up like that. And coming down like that. And then it's going to go off. There we go. Okay. How are we doing for time? I'm going to overrun a bit with the bookmark, but it won't take long. I won't. I'll just stamp straight onto the paper. I won't do all the colouring and cutting and everything. Okay, so now I'm just going to, and I'm not going to blend and everything. I'm just going to quickly colour. So pecan pie for the branch. And lemon lolly and a pretty peacock for the leaves. And normally I would do a bit of blending, but I'm not going to worry about it. And it's just so that it match the bird actually, and the card. There we go. That will do. Right, now, so I'm going to pop, this is the secret part. If you, oh, make sure I've got it the right way around. So that's going to go like that, just flat. Right, now I've got strips. They're 1/2 centimetre strips, and they go around. Should be another one there. Go. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue along the side. That one's going all the way down. Okay. Love the effect of this. So it's starting at the corner of the square and going up to the edge of the designer series paper. And I should be able to just snip that off. That's it. And then this bit might even be long enough. Yes, just about to go in there. I'll snip that when it's dry. Then this bit is going to come all the way down. I just need to mark that and cut that bit of designer series paper off. See, it just a fraction too wide. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just curl it over like that and put the pecan pie over the top of it, save time. Okay, so that's going to come all the way down here. Got glue on my fingers now. There we go. Just going to trim that bit. Just cut it a fraction too short, but it's okay. And then last but not least, this bit goes up here. Now I know he's not the right colour, but because I've already got a bird, I'm just going to pop that on because I really do want to show you how to make the bookmark. There we go. So now I know it's overlapping there, but my bird, well, that bird would hide it, but it's not hiding it there. So not perfect, but I think you get the idea. It's basically about having your, I've put that one, that my square should have been further down. That's my mistake. And we'll just pop this bird on. The other one, as you can see, I coloured him in pecan pie and No, I'm going to leave him. So basically you can see what that should be. I will finish him later. So that's card 3, but I really do want to show you how to make the bookmark. They make such cute little gifts, either for teachers or stocking fillers or whatever, and they're very simple. So you can get proper bookmark holders from Amazon or probably other stores. This is a cello bag, which I just happen to have in stock, and I am going to have to cut it down. In fact, I'm going to cut it down now because I'll use the guillotine because I can't get it out. Okay. Now I should be able to get it out. So what I've got a piece of blueberry bushel and thick, well, it's just basic white actually. So this is 4.5 centimeters wide, and that is 4. And this is 14.8 length. Now all I've got to do is punch a hole for the bow to go through. Okay, and then my white will need to be cut down to sit just underneath it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the books straight. I did actually stamp them and then cut them out, but I'm just going to stamp them straight onto here for my bookmark. One, two. Okay, and then what I did was, I'll use that glue in a second. I'm just going to line this up because I want to get the point. So it's going to, whoops, it's going to be, the point is going to be at 2 centimeters. So I'm just marking that there. And then if I line it up with this one, where my book is, that is 2 centimeters up as well. Okay, so if I take my trimmer, and I'm just using the trimmer to show you how to line it up. So I've got my 2 centimeter line. I'm going to mark this now 2 centimeters. Can you see what I'm doing? So I'm just marking 2 centimeters. And then I'm going to angle from this point to that. And then turn it around and do exactly the same thing. Okay, so there I've got my, now that's a fraction too long. That needs to be trimmed just at the end of the books. So it's actually going to be 13.4. Let's say 13.5, makes a bit more sense. I scored it instead of cutting it. Okay. Now the reason I cut it down was because when I made my first one, I didn't have the strength to punch through 2 bits of card. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue that on. Just need to rub my pencil lines out. And then I'm going to glue it. So I've got 0.5 centimetre all round. Okay, so we'll use a wet glue for that. have a bit of a border. Now I know that's in the wrong place, but I actually need to make it a little bit bigger anyway to get the ribbon through. Okay, so that's on. I'm not going to make you watch me colour them in. I'm just going to now cut the point on the blue. So I'm lining up my white and moving over a fraction. And then I'm going to reverse the same thing. Lining up my white. There we go. So how easy was that, really? Now just need to make my, so I'm too far over this side, so I just need a fraction more on that side, and then I'll be able to get my ribbon through, no problem. And that's the Very Best Trio, as in last year's mini catalogue. And I'm going to use this beautiful ribbon, which is Azure Afternoon. So that's Blueberry Bushel, but this is Azure Afternoon because we don't seem to have any Blueberry Bushel ribbon at the moment. Could use Boho Blue, but I love this colour. Right, so on that one also I've curved my edges. Okay, so the ribbon comes through, no, other way. And then just a little bit of twine. Where did that twine go? Okay, this is grey granite. Just tie a little bow around here to keep it in place, basically. Really fiddly. Not sure my fingers are up to it, but we'll get there. Let's get my tweezers, will help me. Okay. And then I'll just trim. This is far too long, hanging out of a book. And there you go. So I just need to, and then it goes into your little plastic cover to keep it protected. Now, what I did many years ago, my husband bought me a bookmark which just says, "Shh, I'm reading," and it's a bit of a joke with it. So when I made him this, I wanted to do the same. So on the other side, I have used the Alphabest, but it does take ages to do "Shush, I'm reading," just for a bit of fun, and he loves it. So there you go. That's the bookmark, and I really love that. So there's the 3 cards. And this is the bonus card. So it folds flat. I think they're called pop-up hexagons. And it's Mixed Up Craft who did the first one, I believe. But this designer series paper is an online exclusive. And I just love it. So that will be on the blog next week. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful bank holiday weekend. Sorry it took so long. It's always the colouring that does it. But thanks for joining me. And next week I'll be back. And next week is another online exclusive with the trucking along. Looking forward to that. Have a wonderful week. Bye.